Brock Lesnar.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hello and welcome to Figure Frenzy episode 21. You got the questions and hopefully we have the answers. My name is Matt. I am one of your hosts. There's probably echo because I realized my phone was still open, but that should be gone now. Tonight's a shit show, guys. You should know, Figure Frenzy, it always comes from some form of technical difficulty. So I apologize in advance if I am like all over the screen or if my audio is whack. We have a massive storm above us right now. Anyway, that's enough of me. My name is Matt. I'm one of your hosts, and introducing to the show our other host, the $1 Million Man, Alex Gibson.
Come on, get that money. 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 I don't come the money. 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 Do it all for money.
Wait. He's not here. Hang on. Let me try that again. Why are you here?
Matthew, you peasant. I have a deal for you. Tonight, and tonight only, I propose we make a truce. And I lay down my crown, and we do the show together as equals.
Well, okay. Well, Alex isn't here, so I can't really argue. I need someone.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Oh, about Alex, I
Yes.
think he wasn't happy with his contract, and he no-showed. Was the reason I heard behind it. So read into that what you will.
Oh, breaking news. Breaking news. Alex
Straight to it.
Gibson,
Straight
unhappy
to it.
with his figure friendly contract of $0 and 0 cents a month.
Yeah. That's correct.
Well, I'm not calling you King Dion, but welcome to the show, Dion. Oh, God,
Hello, everyone.
what a shit show this is. Well, anyway, I propose we get right into the action and get into member pickups, not because my phone's about to die, just because we're going to do it.
What have you got today, and what have you had come your way? Did it come from USA, or did you find a good deal on Trade Me? Now let's see what the members got submitted by you. Let's see the lot in member pickup.
Man,
Great jingle.
Figure
Great
Frenzy is looking professional all of a sudden, isn't it? What the hell? Is this the same show? Right.
That
So-
explains why Alex couldn't make it. He spent all the money on your jingles and intros.
I know. Right. So, because it totally wasn't planned that you were going to be on the show tonight instead of Alex, you've picked a couple of member pickups. I've picked one member pickup because I forgot about it and technical difficulties. Do you want to talk about your ones, or do you want me to just read off the page?
Oh, either.
All right, take it away then, King.
This one was Grant's, wasn't it?
That's correct. This is Grant's.
I quite like this one just because for me it brought back all the childhood memories, old school 80s, 90s WWF, and you don't see a lot of that anymore. So for me, I thought that was quite cool. Just brought back all the childhood memories, like I said, and that's what got me into wrestling was the early WWF days. So.
Totally. So yeah. What Grant wrote to accompany these is, Lucky got these greeting cards today. Short and sweet. Love it. All right.
What else can you say? Cool pickup, though. Cool pickup.
Totally. All right. So this one is from Joseph. I think it's probably best if we don't mention people's last names, just in case they don't want their full name on the internet.
Keep everyone happy.
So we'll go Joseph. So yeah, the ring and everyone... I'm just going to read directly from the post here. The ring and everyone on it, still waiting on a Drew McIntyre and John Moxley figure to arrive. Pretty much started collecting after I saw the Rock figure and thought it looked cool. Kind of wish I hadn't, knowing how expensive this is going to get. So he started off with that Rock figure, and now he's got all of those. Big ring. He's got a bit of everything. A few different lines of figures. Jax, Mattel. It's cool. AEW. Cool stuff. Nice little mix of everything.
Cool stuff.
All right. And then your last one, since you were professional and actually picked two.
This one was Parky's. I just thought it was quite cool. It was a good little mixture. Adam Cole in there, who's now AEW, so got to be good. I'm actually looking close up because I'm on my phone. It's got Swerve in there too. Swerve. Yep. I was
Swerve, Scott Basic, Swerve, Chelsea Green, Basic,
the other one.
Hogan, Ultimate.
Yeah.
Scott Hall.
Chelsea Green. So
Elite.
She does a bit of work on Impact with the Major Pods. So she's still quite active. Got Hogan in there. Old school hero. Scott Hall in the red NWO Wolfpack gear. Primo.
Totally.
And it looks like an early Ric Flair, quite young there. So, yeah, good. Again, just another good mixture of all bits and pieces. Some still active, some old school legends. So, yeah, really cool.
Totally. And yeah, the thing I like is that it's just a whole bunch of stuff from over time, and not all of it's from New Zealand. So he's done a bit of hunting. Pucky didn't write anything, so that's very short and sweet.
Doesn't get any shorter and sweeter than that, does it?
Totally. So we got a few comments here. Let's go through them quickly. Mitchell, woohoo! Calvin, sup? Mitchell, what an entrance. Calvin, how good? Pucky, that's got to be Trent. That is correct. And the show just gets better and better. Oh, stop it, Mitchell.
Does.
Right. Have you got any personal pickups that you want to quickly show off before we swiftly move on?
I've got a habit of posting up pretty much when I get it, to be fair. I've got a ton of stuff on the way that is not here yet. But no, the newest thing I had was the -1 Brody Lee, which is up there behind me.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought that was a really cool pack.
Totally.
So I recommend it to anyone. It's got a little, in memory of. So it's not like they're going to make a ton of them. So yeah.
Oh, totally not. I'd be surprised if they made any more -1 figures. To be completely honest.
Well, that might be the one and only -1 we see. So yeah. So definitely, if you're a Brody Lee and -1 fan, or just a Brody Lee fan.
Yeah. I got a couple of pickups, but unfortunately they're in that cabinet there, and I can't be bothered going and grabbing them. If you look at the member pickups post, there's a photo of my prototype Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy basics I got. Actually arrived in like 2 weeks, which was very surprising. And then just something else, I haven't actually gotten around to opening it yet, but Raquel Gonzalez.
Don't know who that is, but
I didn't think you would. But just for old time's sake, some things never change, right?
No, you're not. I'll pay for shipping. I'll pay.
Oh no, you've just given him an anxiety attack.
Well, probably not, because we haven't heard from him since the Retro World Order did whatever they did to him. So
Hopefully he's still watching.
yeah. But yeah, very cool figure. The jacket is a very weird feeling. Like, I'm not sure if it shows. Yeah, it does show how shiny it is. Hang on, let's turn that light on it a bit more, and it will. I mean, you can see anyway. It's shiny as.
Yeah,
It's
shiny as.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know who this is, but it's actually a very good.
No,
good
I
figure
don't
of it.
follow the current product. They lost me a while back. So
Very nice. Alrighty. Well, swiftly carry on then, shall we? Jeez.
what a
For what a
weekend.
shit show it was getting this thing organized. It's moving along quickly. Well, do you know what time it is, Dion?
What time is it?
It's time for the news.
Hey yo. Let's get ready to suck it. Oh yeah.
This is the fucking news.
Dion, it's the fucking news.
Those intros.
All right, so I'll do the talking for this first bit, and then you can pretty much do the talking for the rest of it because I know you know pretty much nothing about these first ones. So we got Superstars line. Alex is all over these. I personally would be all over these if they were a bit more accessible, but I can't be bothered getting everything from overseas. So we got Mankind, The Undertaker, Papa Shango, and Ultimate Warrior. So these were announced ages ago. Obviously, these are just update images, similar to what a lot of the AEW ones were today. Cool. Mattel Creations showing that the Ultimate Edition figures that were ordered within the Mattel Creations packages are actually singly packed, which is amazing. Especially for guys like Ruben, I think Alex also, that are completists, Jeremy, they're all completists. So to have them not able to be, you know, in their normal Ultimate packaging would be stink, to be completely honest. And man, what an Ultimate this is. Look at all it comes with. Even you can respect that.
Oh, for sure. I can respect a decent macho fig.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, no, it's a great Ultimate. And like, if this was released as a retail figure, I'd be surprised if they made any money on this, to be completely honest. All right. Oh, wrong one. But anyway, let's do this one first. Foco. So they've got a new gen 1990s mini bobble set, bobblehead set, limited to 720. Pretty cool lineup. We got Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon. Is that Lex Luger next to him? I think so. Yokozuna, Bret the Hitman Hart, British Bulldog, and Doink the Clown. So very cool set, bit different if you want something different for your collection, and 1,000% better than the shitty gnomes Alex collects. Major Bendies. This is a bit more in Alex's territory, but I'm going to try and do my best. This is coming out in Series 3, I want to say. Hang on, let's quickly bring up Mr. $1 Million Man's messages because he told me what to say. Shoot, why do we talk so much about AEW? There we go. So, Effie is Wave 3, correct? So that's nowhere near coming out, but it's cool to see for anyone that is a fan. And then we have the My World Major Bendies. They are currently for sale. And then there is a Danhausen Pandora's Box exclusive, which I haven't put a photo up of yet because I forgot. So anyway, but basically it's just a black and white version of the current Danhausen. And that is available for the very low price of 125 United States dollars. However, it comes signed, and the only caveat is you have to call the store to order it. You can't just message them or whatever. So if you want it, I hope you're ready for an expensive phone bill. Nice. All right. Over to you, I guess.
You're just going to throw pictures up.
Yeah.
Sean Spears. Yes, so supposedly that's the Chase figure because his standard figure is from the Blood and Guts, wearing the white. which they've also done with the likes of, that's the one there, Jericho and Sammy, how they put them in the black gear for that event.
Yeah.
So both good looking figures. The Chase, I think, is probably a little bit more appealing to a few people, which is a shame because, you know, eBay it is to pretty much get them.
Yep.
I can vouch for that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But no, good looking figure Spears, both of them. You can't really see too much of the head on the Chase, but
Nah, but I think
but
especially
it's
with
quite,
it being a bit more
it's quite
expressive.
different. It's not like the same gear, just in a swap of color. Like a lot of them have done and sort of been a bit lazy with some of the Chases, so they went a little bit further with that one, which is cool.
Yeah, nah, totally. Cool. Another first time in the line, Tony Schiavone.
How good is that? They had a couple up for pre-order today, Schiavone and JR, and you get a chair and a mic with them, so which is
very cool.
quite cool for you guys that want to set them up loose or put them behind an announcer desk or what have you. I did see a picture of Excalibur as well.
Yes.
So I don't know when he's coming out. I don't know if you heard anything because they only focused.
I haven't really seen too much on that. But it's pretty
Tony
cool.
and JR.
If you think about it, you've now got Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Taz. So you've literally got the commentary teams.
Exactly. And if you really wanted to, you could probably slap Mark Henry and Paul White in there somewhere as well if you really, really wanted to. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll get their figures at some point, without a doubt.
Yeah, for now, I guess you could use. I'm sure WWE's got plenty of them, and Jericho, he sometimes does it too. So
yeah, well, his commentary is kind of that Amazon exclusive.
Yeah, how sick are these, man? Supreme. Series 1, Cody and Britt Baker, they just look wicked. And they come with alternate outfits. They come with entrance attire. So this is basically the ultimates for the AEW range. So, but they are just looking really, really good, and they're a big step up, I think, from the unrivaled and the unmatched lines for sure. Eh?
Totally. Nah, definitely.
It's good to see the final product.
It's insane to see it, really. It's like, because they look the exact same. Like, this isn't a dig on Ultimates, but you can tell which figures are Ultimates and which figures are wins, right? Like you can look at the torsos and figure it out pretty swiftly. Whereas with these, I'm looking at these and I'm like, they just look like they're the other figure, but more more stuff comes with it and it's more complete, which to me is great.
To me, the head on both of them doesn't really quite resemble the same as their mainline figures. But to me, if you look at them closely, I think there's a slightly subtle different detailing in it. But that's just my take.
Sure.
Not to say that they're bad, but they're different, which is a good thing. So,
yeah, totally. Jungle Boy, personally, I think this is a bit of a miss, but
I was looking at that today, and that face, it's just I don't know, it's almost more cartoonish.
And keep in mind, guys, most of these pictures are hand-painted prototypes.
Yeah.
They're going to differ a bit when they get to the mainstream release, but
you
get a good look at how it's going to somewhat look like. And if this is what it's going to look like, I'll keep what we got.
Hopefully they go back to like the 2-pack that they did for Jungle Express. Those were quite good. And I think this one's a Chase as well. Well, I don't know which one's the Chase, but
there's
Jungle
a red version. I'm not sure if there is image here or not, but
there was another version of him.
Same figure, just red.
And I think the head he's not currently got on is probably the better head out of those two.
Totally.
Looks a little bit more like him, so.
Yeah. All right. Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby.
What is going on with that neck?
I'm hoping it's it's early enough in production where it can be fixed. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well, I guess some of the stuff can be taken with a bit of a grain of salt because
Yeah.
it's just basically there to get a glimpse of it,
Get people
and
excited.
get sorted before it comes into production. But yeah, as long as they get the neck sorted out, and it comes with a jacket as well, apparently.
Yeah, so you can see a bit of it off to the side. Unfortunately, I couldn't put enough
Mm.
images on to show just the jacket. But it's
But
a
I
rubber
think it'd
jacket.
be a good fig once that neck's sorted out.
Yeah.
When it
And the
comes
only
back in
other
the-
thing I'm thinking is maybe they've made this figure more for having the jacket on, because maybe the hair interferes with the jacket and all that stuff, so they had to put the head up higher, you know what I mean?
might have a
But-
huge collar or something on it. I don't know.
Yeah. It is what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Red Velvet. This one surprised me. This looks amazing.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether it's going to be another shelf warmer and sort of sit there with the likes
I think
of
it will. I think it will.
yeah, with the likes of Riho and
It's just
Nyla.
women figures in general, unfortunately. Like across, it's not even just AEW; it's Mattel as well. It's just the woman figures shelf form. And I'm not sure if you saw on the group recently, but people have pointed out the last few series in New Zealand for elites just have had no woman figures because they take them out because they don't sell. So it's a bit stink, but
And then I suppose
no
people
buys
moan that there's no divas or women wrestlers in the line.
Yeah.
So you probably can't win either way.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I guess completionists will want it, and I'll get it for that reason, along with all the others that I've got just to finish the set. But if people are buying individuals, it'll just shelf them.
Yeah, totally. Penelope Ford, another one that I think surprised a lot of people, even when it was just announced. But again, it looks great.
Does good looking figure. It's pretty accurate. There's a chase of her. The other one's got more green on it, maybe. Yeah,
There you go.
that's the one, and no shades, or really anything on the wrists or anything. So
Yeah,
I think it's a very, very similar outfit, though. I think they could have done a bit better.
Yeah, my
But-
guess is this have like some form of soft goods because they don't normally show the soft goods with the hand painted.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure
it
it'll
does
come with
look
something.
very, very similar. So, but still a good looking fig.
Totally.
And
Kip
there's
Sabian.
the other half. Yeah. Well, you can't have her without him.
No,
So-
there'd be a bit of a rivalry at home if that happened, I think.
So whether there's going to be a paper bag or with this guy or not. But he definitely hasn't been on for a while, for sure.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool looking figure. It could be one that shelf warms, I think. But
It could
still a
be.
cool looking
It's
figure.
not a bad figure, but it's basic. It's not going to be the first one in the line that people are sort of going to rush out and grab, is it?
No, not at all. Sammy Guevara.
Sammy's in his blood and guts outfit,
Yep.
which they wore. So it's nice to see another figure of Sammy finally. So are we waving, are we? Someone say hi.
I was trying not to interrupt you.
I'm on my
Hey,
little
Victor,
fucking...
how are you since we've now interrupted King?
All good. Yeah, and it's good to see a different face sculpt of him as well. I'm not a massive fan of the tongue out head sculpt that was on his other one.
Sure.
So it's good to actually just see a different face on him.
Well, if you look in the bottom left, this one has that as an alternate if you want it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, no, very nice. All right, Darby Allen, LJN. I'll let you do your thoughts, and I'll tell you a funny story about this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a solid fig to me. It's been delayed because it was supposed to be with Series 3 Unmatched Dark Order. I mean, it didn't really have any relevance to that set anyway, so it's probably not a big deal that it never came out with that set, but there is that hole in that set. So, and people were waiting for this to come out, and the arms apparently weren't in scale. I think from memory they were having issues, or even the whole figure. I think
it was just like the proportion of Darby against Cody was completely out of proportion.
Well, the Cody figure is actually, yeah, it's quite a big figure, really.
Yeah.
When you compare it to the rest, and then to get a smaller guy like Darby in proportion straight after someone who's a bit bigger like Cody, then yeah, it sort of threw them for a loop. But I mean, it's a good looking Darby. It's everything's there, you know. So
Yeah.
I can't really complain. It's only the second LJN that I've done, so it is early days. So they're only going to get better and better. But yeah, I mean, Darby's always popular. He's always a good fig. He always sells. So
It's crazy, man, because a lot of his figures just start to look the same after a while. But I guess it's the same with Jeff Hardy and all his stuff sold. And look
It
at the
is,
idiot.
But how do you mix it up? You know, you change the skateboard around, you change the face paint. You sort of just got to do what you got to do. Same as Sting, you know. How do you change it up? So
pretty much. But yeah, funny story about this figure. I managed to order the set off of Ringside when it still had the complete set of 6, and I've got the email that still says that I'm receiving Darby Allin. So if I don't get this Ringside, there's issues.
I remember you telling me. Yeah.
I'm sending you guys an email as soon as you put this up on your website. Just pre-warning.
Yeah. Fair call.
Because it says I paid for it.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho, Blood and Guts. No need to say anything more, really. It's just continuing the set that they're trying to make along the line.
Yeah, they're basically just trying to roll out all the Blood and Guts.
This is pretty cool.
This is really cool. Kenny in his street clothes. I think it needs the championship with it. I don't know whether it's going to come with it or not.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those things that you steal it off of one of your other figures, right, and put it on.
Definitely.
Has to have it.
Good looking figure. It's just so different to the everything else has just been variations of ring gear.
Totally. And speaking of Darby Allin, another Darby Allin.
Yeah. Do you know when he wore this outfit?
I do actually, Mr. Dion. It is from when him and Sting teamed up against, I want to say it was Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs in the cinematic match.
It was the cinematic match. It was actually Brian Cage, though. Will Hobbs.
Brian Cage, that's right. Couldn't remember because they all ended up in
it. Yeah, but you're right. It was Brian a Revolution Cage, 21, and that's what it was based on for sure.
The Ricky Starks chase is from this match.
Yes. So
see, I know some things.
Between us, I'm sure we can work it all out. Again, I mean, it's another Darby fig. It's like how much can you change him? You know?
Yeah.
It's not a bad fig. It's different, I guess, to what else he's had. But yeah, I don't know. I think it becomes too many of the same people.
I guess you can say it's the first one without a skateboard.
Well, this is true. They gave him a bat. They must have had a few spare bats from Jericho or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or Sting, or God, who knows? I've used it heaps now. Who's this next one? Oh, Bryan Danielson. This is outstanding.
Yeah, I think they've actually changed it from what they were initially shown, because he's series 5.
Yeah, I was reading today. I'm not sure if I've read it right.
Unmatched,
what I was reading, they were saying that the people that set this up put the cards in the wrong places for some of the figures, or they had a misprinted card or something. So apparently what we saw last time is the original lineup and ignore some of the changes. But again, who knows? They could just decide to go stuff it.
Because I think it was like burgundy and white outfit.
At least it's got a chase.
And the scan didn't quite look the same as that. So, again, unless it's a chase or unless they've just changed it up, I don't know. We have to kind of do a bit of guesswork from what we've sort of seen over the weekend and try and find the gap as best we can. But that's a good looking fig. I'd be happy with that fig. So it's starting to look like a good set. So,
Mr.
Punk, yes, that one is a Walmart.
Are you a fan of CM Punk?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
Just a smidge. He's going to win. He's going to win this weekend.
Yeah, I think he will. Too.
Channeling the vibes. We could probably talk all day about Hangman's reign in AEW and this whole match, and that would kill a couple hours, probably just more than that. But yeah, I mean, at least this Fig, he's in his trunks. You know, it's not one of the repetitive, you know, the old long boys,
Yes.
because they seem to be going to town with that. It's probably a figure I'll get, but it'll have to be an eBay purchase, unfortunately, because we can't get stuff from Walmart. And there's been a few exclusives come through between Walmart, Target, GameStop. Was there another one?
Maybe. What'd you say again? Sorry. Walmart, Target, GameStop.
Walmart, Target, GameStop, because
Amazon.
the Amazon. Yeah, I don't think there was anything this weekend though that was Amazon. But there was, he was Walmart, and then there was another few figures that were Target. I don't know if you've got the other ones. There was a Sammy who was Target, and there was a Hangman that was Target, and there was one more, Darby. There were 3 Target figures, Target exclusives. So there was those 3. Punk is Walmart, and then the Street Fighter, Young Bucks, and Kenny are GameStop. So they're sort of spreading it right across the board, and we can't get any, which is a shame.
Do you actually want, like, besides you being a completist, are you actually wanting any of those, or are you just like,
I'd probably take the Punk. I could probably take or leave the Targets. With the Street Fighter ones, the GameStop Bucks and Kenny, initially I thought that'd be cool, and then I thought, oh nah, they won't be that great. But then I saw the packaging this weekend, and dude, they've got such sick packaging. I'm gonna have to get
very nice.
Oh, it's totally different from the mainline stuff, and because I collect, you know, mint and box, packaging is quite a big thing for me. So that definitely appealed, just the packaging and the presentation. So I'm gonna have to get those through.
Did you notice? This is something that our old mate Nicholas pointed out to me. Did you notice that this is an unrivaled packaging, not an unmatched packaging?
Yeah, I was talking to you earlier about that too.
CM Punk's coming out unmatched, not
Yeah, exactly. The sets that he's in are all unmatched. He isn't in any unrivaled sets. And we were talking earlier about it, and I mentioned the number on it, which just doesn't have any relevance to anything. It puts him in either unrivaled 11 or 12, and he's in neither of those sets.
We know it'll be announced at some point why he's unrivaled and why he's his number and all that, but at the moment it's just like, what the heck?
Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. There you go.
Hangman. Did the image show?
Yep, that is the Target exclusive Hangman.
Yes.
So,
I think it's a bit of a
cowboy.
It was a very nice figure. I thought it was coming out in the main line.
No, apparently that's the Target exclusive. That's why it's only just got a number at the bottom of it. So I mean, it's quite a bit different to his other ones, where it's just basically ring gear, whereas this is just more cowboy everyday wear, I guess.
Yeah. And so
I mean, that's quite a cool Hangman. I like that Hangman. But
and it comes with the title as well, which is nice. Always nice to get a title.
Definitely.
So
he may not have it much longer. We'll see.
Yeah, well, who knows? This next one, do you reckon he's actually going to come out, or he's going to book a flight home?
Ooh. Yeah, well, I don't know. Explain it to me. What is the? I mean, to me, I look at these things and I would buy that for one of my little boys.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is just me. I don't get what the appeal is for adults, but some people collect them and they put them on display.
So I guess the way I look at it is it's the same. It's nostalgia. Nostalgia sells, right? And the thing is, got guys that had or still have their, their Hasbro. Is it Hasbro buddies? Is that what they were called? You know what I mean. Anyway, the wrestling buddies.
The wrestling buddies. Yeah. I know what you mean.
The wrestling buddies from way back when. back in those bloody old retro dinosaur days.
No, fair
And,
enough. And no offense to anyone in the group if you do collect them, it's yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just something I'd give a kid. But in saying that, our wives, girlfriends, partners, what have you, would look at us and say, "Well, hang on, why do you collect wrestling figures? Isn't that for kids?" So I guess that's
like, this whole hobby is subjective to the term.
So I guess it's just whatever you're into, eh? But
I guess hey,
cool.
if you got all the other buddies, you might as well carry it on, especially if you're an AEW fan. I mean, it's similar to the Unrivaled figures, right? If you're already a WWF fan and you've started your Elite collection, these go in scales. Why not carry on if you're an AEW fan?
Yeah, fair enough.
Even LJN, if you had all the WWF LJN stuff, and you see these and you're an AEW fan, you might as well continue because it's something to carry on with, right?
Yeah, no, this is true. This is true.
All right, time for our next one.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Retro World Order.
No.
There they are.
Give me 2 votes and a Ric Flair.
What do you want?
The king. It's not often that we have the king and queen of AEW join us. You look amazing.
I don't want to play you.
You look amazing tonight, Queen. You know, I'm just wondering where your tiara is. All right, but it's hey, Dion, welcome, mate. It's great to have the king on Figure Frenzy.
Hey, mate, good to see you.
Anyway, so I just thought I'd just chip in and come and see what you lads are up to. Just seeing.
Would you like to look at some of these amazing AEW figures that are coming out?
Well, you know, I was just thinking. I was listening before, and I heard you say, you know, your wives, you know, husbands, you know, probably wondering why you collect wrestling figures. I think you got that wrong, you lads. I mean, if you're collecting AEW or Mattel figures, they're probably wondering why you're collecting dolls. All right. You know, they're far from the rubber dildos we grew up with. All the dog toys, you know. But
to be fair,
I want to come on and ask a few questions tonight.
AEW is doing LJN, so you know we're kind of on the right track.
And you guys, you've got the thing about retro is that vintage retro. What were you saying? Nostalgia sells, Maddie, the Parakai Dream.
See, I get something right?
Yeah, absolutely. So well done to AEW and Jazzwares. You know, great to see Owen Hart come out. You know, it's
Would you like to talk about that one, Mr. Fox?
No, not really. Not really. Oh, you know, the JR figure, brilliant. I just, it's pretty hard waiting for Owen for so long and trying not to keep your hopes up about what he was going to look like. The renders are okay. I want to actually see the fig because, as we know, the drawings often don't do the figures justice. But I'll tell you that head sculpt of Owen smiling, man, that's the one thing I'm excited about that. We'll see what the jacket and the belt look like if they come with them.
Yeah. I mean, it looks. I mean, I didn't watch Owen. I wasn't around then. I don't think. But from what I've seen, it looks pretty spot on.
The only thing I don't know, where does the attire come from?
Japan, I believe.
Yeah. So I'd be interested to see what that belt is. Is that belt going to be the Stampede one?
Calgary as well, apparently. Back in the day.
So apparently, and this is all speculation and rumors, so if you don't like any of that stuff, just block your ears for the next 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Apparently, the winner of the men and the women's get that title tomorrow as the trophy.
So,
So-
a mock of the Calgary Stampede and the one that's going to come with Owen.
Yeah, so it's either a reinvented version of that or a copy and paste by AEW.
Yeah, nice.
So, it'll be
I
interesting.
Mm.
I guess as someone who's come back into the collecting scene after collecting most of the most important retro lines, and looking at the AEW figures, Matt, you'll know, but a lot of people won't know that I'm saying to pick the odd ones. Oh, Rub Figs does. Bless him. I've been opening many of those boxes he sent me.
Speaking of Rub Figs,
the odd AEW,
have you heard from him at all? We haven't heard from him yet.
Oh, I don't think anyone will for a while. I mean, I see he's popped up on Trade Me.
Okay.
You know, charging some exorbitant rates. But anyway, just to a couple of questions, Matt. The first one is, what do you think of the retro lines? You don't get an opinion because you don't collect them, brother. Dion, what do you think of those retro figures, mate?
Don't collect them. I don't have an opinion.
You get the LGNs.
The LJNs, yeah, I'm loving them. Loving them. I did used to collect LJNs as a kid, so I'm loving the LJN stuff coming out.
Yeah,
Good memories, mate.
I'm impressed with those. I'm impressed with those AEW LJNs. They're more on the scale that the original San Francisco toy maker rubber dildo dog toy figures came out as. And they actually look quite good with those WCW ones. But again, mate, the issue with me wanting to collect stuff like this is that I am a completist. And, you know, as soon as I found out the Cody Rhodes came out in a red attire that was a Walmart exclusive, not interested. You know, if I was still going to America every year on my buying trips, it'd be a different story. But, you know, because the borders have closed, it's just I'm already behind the 8 ball. And that's why I didn't collect those Superstar retros that came out that were based on the Remco's He-Man style figures. I mean, it cost me enough to get the set of the WWF Masters of the Universe.
These ones you mean, right?
Yeah, those ones here, mate. I mean, they're great figures. They're magic. And the ones that they're going to bring out in future are just as good. But the ability to get them, and I'm not going to pay through the earth for a figure that's only worth about $30.
Yeah.
Especially
Well, what we've got
America
here,
and tournaments.
can we
and the
get
rest
your
of the
opinion
stuff.
on something based off of something retro? What do you think of this?
Yeah, it's you know, good if you want something to snuggle up with and you're single and don't have a wife or girlfriend and life's not treating you very well. That's something you might want to go and get. But I agree with the king. That's something that I'd buy my kids. You know, I wasn't rich enough or didn't know really anybody that had the wrestling buddies when we were growing up. We didn't really see them in the provinces. They were more a big city thing like Christchurch, Wellington, Dunedin and Auckland. Mainly in Auckland, you were able to get those wrestling buddies, but down here in the Hawke's Bay in the 1990s, mate, they were few and far between. The only time we saw them were in the WWF magazines.
Right.
But hey, whatever floats your boat, you know, I'm gonna you know knock anyone for what they collect.
Totally.
But I love that it's got the throwback to retro, and I think it's the one thing that AEW are doing really well that WWE haven't capitalized on. I don't think you know, in the last 15 years they're missing a big market. I think Mattel Creations wouldn't surprise me if in the next few years they start doing a few of those throwbacks. But the Goodall brothers, who are fantastic customizers in America of retro stuff, they've been doing this for nigh on 8 years now.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
serious quick question for you both.
I don't know if I want this.
No, you will, because I think it's going to be a tricky question. And anyone that's tuning in tonight, the whole 3 followers you guys probably have tonight, not too sure. You know, if at the RWO we're running things, be 30 people on. You know, but we didn't really get many female figures. You know, when in the many of the retro lines, you know, we had Liz, and that was about it. Not excluding Matt, because Dion, I know you're the AEW king. Matt being the queen, he's got more Mattels and more knowledge with them. The best Mattel basic or elite female figure, excluding Ultimates, because everyone know that Charlotte Flair is pretty fantastic. So I'm excluding the Ultimates. Best female Mattel figure, basic or elite.
So that's a hard one. You said no Ultimates. I was just gonna reach behind me and grab that Bliss.
Oh, hey, the Bliss, you know, the Bliss and the Charlotte Flair are probably two of the best female figures ever made. They've done those Sheilas justice. I mean, you know, I was comparing the Alexa Bliss to my wife. They're very similar.
You're a lucky man.
Very, very lucky.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go a basic and an elite to just break this question up a little bit. Is that okay?
You do what you like, mate. It's your show.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I'm the only one that turns up now. So basic wise, and as I don't collect very many basics, so I'm just gonna do it based off of what I've got in my collection.
Mate, for a basic man, you don't collect basics.
Nah, they're trash. They
Wow.
remind me a bit of those retro things.
Oh well, big words. Big words.
Yes. Shit, even doing it this way is hard. Elites, I'm probably gonna say it hasn't even come out yet, but it's coming out. Would probably be Shotzi, and that's just because that's at the front of my mind right now. The amount of decal tattoo application on that thing is nuts.
Has she got
Especially
more
for a
tattoos than I have?
What?
Has she got more tats than I've got?
Oh, 1000%. She looks like CM Punk.
Right.
She probably rivals Aleister Black or Malachi, whatever you
Malachi.
prefer.
Yeah.
Basic wise, it'd have to be one of the older ones. See, Mr. Rubfigs would be better for this question. I'm just gonna say AJ Lee. That was always a good one.
Well, as I thought that was going to be a boring answer. All right. Well, hey, tell you what. Everybody drop in your comments because I think that's a question I'd like to see answered.
Would you like to answer a quick question before you go, Mr. Fox? Delicious?
Is it worth my time?
It might be.
All right, I'll judge it. If it's any
Okay.
good, I'll stay.
So, this is one that I know Dion's going to answer later, but we'll get your opinion on it. If there was a fire in your house, what would be the one singular collectible you'd save? No, he's gone. Okay.
Not with his tongue.
I hate those guys. Anyway, Series 3 of Supreme.
Supreme. Yeah,
Insane.
it's disappeared.
Get back up. There we go.
Yeah, so Penta on the screen. So yeah, that was from their cage match against the Bucks, I believe. Yeah, how good though? I mean, it's just the headwear. Like, how out there is the headgear
Oh, totally.
for both of them. And I think a lot better color scheme. We've had gold for the pair of them. We've had white. We do need something that's got a little bit more sort of flavor to it, mix it up. And I think these two are pretty good. I can't wait to actually see it in box with all the gear and how it all looks together. But so far it's looking pretty good. Just a nice change from the basic solid colors that they've had. So yeah, something different. And first time they've had the titles in package with them. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no, totally. It's very nice. Yeah. I mean, what can you
And they
say? It was
didn't-
a historic night. That's when they first won the titles.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And they didn't go with someone like Jericho and
Oh, thank
Darby
God,
that they
great.
just, and Mox, you know, the ones that they're just repeating over and over and over. So at least they're mixing it up a bit more with
Yeah.
the Supreme so
Totally.
far. So, So
We got
50-50
Santana
looking
and Ortiz for Unmatched, carrying on
Yep.
the
Blood and
Guts.
Guts. Yep. So
Very
basically
cool.
they're just trying to push all those figures out. Um,
I'm a fan of.
They've
They're
got
going to
face
put out the
paint on
Blood
them.
Guts cage at some point, so you might as well have the
Yeah.
figures to go with it.
Oh, definitely. So it's got the face paint on them, so it's a bit different. They've got the hair tied up this time, not on. Ortiz not so much of a afro going on. So, but yeah, I mean, if people are wanting to set up, the inner circle together, and Pinnacle together, then they can do it.
Yeah.
So because these figures
This
are all
one I
coming
think is
out.
a bit of a waste of a figure. I mean, because he's coming out in Supreme, and you don't need this one. You only need
Yeah.
the Supreme.
Yeah, there's a couple of him coming out in the Unmatched line through some of the series that are coming, but it's kind of they're probably going to be let down a bit because we know in Series 2 Supreme he's coming out with all of his gear, and you're not going to get better than that. So I mean, it's cool to actually have him come out, but the timing I think so.
Yeah, the only thing I could think is if you just want a cheap one that you're gonna or cheaper one that you're just gonna display as ring gear, because you don't have to worry about having all those extra bits and pieces. But otherwise, yeah, it's a bit of a waste.
Or you could put some of the extra bits and pieces on that fig if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Gloss it up. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing. Her first figure. So it's good to see her coming in with a fig, a lot of detail. She's got a ton of
I was gonna say it looks amazing.
And yeah. So, she's covered with tats. There's not a lot of skin left, but no, it sure as hell looks like it. It's looking good.
Yeah, Mr. Brody Lee, we had to get one as a suit. It was only a matter of time. So
definitely
amazing
because they've had a couple in his ring gear.
This is
the
great.
Chase in the black and the other version in Unmatched just with his grey and black gear. So yeah, it's different to the other two, which is good. Is good. So, yeah, no, good looking fig.
This is Thunder Rosa? Yes, Thunder Rosa. For that. Again, you can't see too much here. I won't comment personally. I'll wait for the
any detail. So that'll be her second fig because her first one is coming out in Unrivaled 10.
Third fig.
Third fig? Oh yeah, because she had a chase. Yeah, you're right.
Too.
10, 9. 9. I think it's like 9 she's in. Yes, it's pre-ordered at the moment. 9. There's so many sets coming out, it's hard to keep track of it at the minute.
But yeah, again, I think for this one you don't say too much, you just wait for the colored version, but cool to know there's another one coming if you are a fan of hers. CM Punk LJN.
Yeah.
Man, they love those long boys.
They do. They love them. But it's cool to see an LJN of him, so hopefully they can do it justice and he still sort of looks the part once we see the actual figure.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty good on the render, but, again, you never know until we sort of see it. But, again, it's good they're mixing it up. It's, it's not your Moxley, it's not your Jericho, it's not the same one. So hopefully they keep doing that and freshening it up. But it looks good.
Some more Grey renders. Can't really say too much on these because there's not much to see, but we got Grey Phoenix, Pentel Zero, and Puck, which immediately the one thing we can say is thank God it actually looks like him.
Yeah, exactly. It's a much better scan of him, and it doesn't have his hair all over his face, and
By the looks of it, it's going to have three heads, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, well, I suppose there's not much else they can put with him.
Yeah, another steel chair. Cool. So Unmatched Series 8 comes with Malachi Black, Abaddon, Alex Reynolds, Arn Anderson, which I am excited for. I personally hope we get Arn Anderson to go over Cody, and then
well, there's definitely enough Codys out there that you can put them with. So. But how good is it to have the whole House of Black and finally Alex Reynolds for the Dark Order? So they just need to get a 10 now and a 5. And Abaddon. It'll be real interesting to see what she turns out like. So
totally. Unrivaled 13, Danhausen, the Bunny, the Blade, the Butcher, Matt, and Jeff Hardy.
That's the set I'm waiting on. Everyone has been screaming out for a Danhausen figure.
Everyone's been screaming out for even the Butcher, the Bunny, and the Blade. Like, this is, to be fair, just like a let's shut people up set, and it's great.
And this will be Matt's third figure, because Series 4 was him, and he had a chase version or rare. I'm hoping that the Jeff Hardy is not in that attire. Hopefully they give him different colours, so it's not like the Elite in the WWE range. That is pretty much
thing I can promise
what
you,
he
Dion,
wore though, the first match. So I guess it's probably what he's going to wear, or what he's going to.
One thing I can promise you is that this is unfortunately not going to be his only figure. There's going to be a million of Jeff Hardys. So if this isn't the one you like, there'll be one later that you do. I can guarantee.
No doubt. There was his debut
Shop
gear.
up, you Kenny. You're going to get this.
Yep, I'm going to be up at stupid hours on. Could be Tuesday, could be Wednesday, could be Thursday.
This week.
Basically, what everyone's been saying at the show that picked this one up, they're not doing one signed. They're just doing the figure by itself. It's 50 US, and it's a limit of 1 per person. So with the Jericho, it was 35 and a limit of 2 per person. But they've decided to put the prices up because of the popularity on the first fig. In the Shop AEW range, and they've decided to limit it to 1 to, I guess, to try and stamp out a bit more of the scalping and all the BS that's going with that. So I can't hate on that too much, but I was hoping to get 2, 1 for one of my boys, but it might just have to be the one for me. So I'm definitely going to be trying to get it just to basically complete it. So
totally. Unrivaled 14, Chris Statlander, Trent Beretta, Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, and Chuck Taylor. So a few repeats there, but it'll be interesting to see how they do them. Obviously, Trent Beretta is going to be an update of his hair as he's pictured there. Cassidy, hopefully just the grayscale jeans. Chris Statlander, well, it's going to be a new look, and Chuck Taylor.
Oh, definitely. She's changed up her look, so she's gone right away from that whole alien gimmick, and now she's sort of being this more badass sort of chick, and I think it's a better look for her. Cassidy, I don't really know how they're going to pull off a third figure of his in denim. It's like how many times?
He's changed his denim at least now, so they can make it that grey kind of denim. At least.
So the last two, all they really did was change the shirt and chucked an elbow brace, I think, on him. But best friends again. Chucky and Trent did his second figure. But the other 2 new ones in the mix. So
cool. Street Fighter, we've already talked on these. Just a quick look at them.
But how thick are the boxes, man? The detail on the boxes, the artwork.
Again, some more grayscale images, so we'll just go through these ones nice and quickly. Cash, Dax.
I hope they get the scan a lot better this time on Dax.
It looks better. It looks a lot better.
I'm hoping it'll be better because the last one just didn't do him justice.
Yeah. Moxley, and according to Nicholas, this is a fixed height. We will wait and see. Her name's lost me. Jamie Hayter. First time in the line. Which one of the Private Party is this, King?
That one is Isaiah Cassidy.
That's Isaiah Cassidy, and what's his name? Joe Quinn?
Mark Quinn.
Something like that. Yeah. Cool. Excalibur. We've talked on this one earlier. Very cool to see.
He looks quite cool. That face looks quite cool. So
totally.
You'd have the clear open. And another thing.
Sting that comes to the ring.
Got to buy a Rampage ring with it.
I will not be getting this. I've done the ring once.
And
I kind of never want to do it again.
I don't know where I would put another ring, to be honest.
Unrivaled Series 10 has definitely now been confirmed. Britt Baker, Miro, Taz, Wardlow, Jake Hager, and Andrade. No images to accompany. We saw them all last time.
Bit of a mixture.
Yeah. Hook. As you know, I was partway through making a custom of this, and as soon soon as they announced it, I was
Don't
like,
need
well,
this anymore. Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
No, that's awesome. We need a hook. And if you're going to bring out Danhausen, you need the pair of them. And if they're going to continue to tag after this weekend, we shall see, then you're going to need the pair of them.
Totally. Cool. Back to Owen Hart. We'll talk on this a little bit more without the obnoxious retro world order here. One thing that not many people have talked
We're
about.
finally doing the figure of them.
Yeah, not many people have talked about pinless joints on the elbows.
Hopefully it's something that they'll look into going forward.
Yeah. So yeah, again, we'll go through these nice and quickly. So this one here, sorry, the black one is the Luminaries line, which is also a ringside exclusive, I believe.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool, I guess.
So that comes with a championship belt and jacket, apparently. So
yeah. And then we've got Unmatched Series 6. Cool. Red tights, bit different, bit the same, but still, it's been, what was it? I think they've been saying 20 years since the figure. Why not? Just do a whole line of Owen Harts. Who cares?
Thrash it.
Danhausen, Series 13, rivaled.
How good
Jim
he gonna look?
Ross. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Jim Ross, ringside exclusive, available now.
What I want to know is how are they going to fit that chair in that style?
It'll be in two pieces, I'd guess. That'd be my guess.
It'd have to be like fold up or something. Yeah.
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 All right. Cool. Well, it's time for the topic of the show. And guess what? We don't have a stinger for this yet. So it's time for the topic. Woo. There's our stinger. Cool. So I will read the question again. This is from David, and we will both answer the question. You will go first.
Right.
David asks, if there was a fire in your house, what would be the one singular collectible you'd save? No hesitation. And before you do answer, if you are watching, feel free to answer this in the comments below at the same time. We will showcase your answer on the screen.
Do I need to grab the figure?
No, you don't have to, but you're more than welcome to practice your fire route if you want.
I've got the fireplace going at the minute. I think it would, we kind of talked about this earlier and I was humming and hawing between two figures, but I think end of the day, the one that would win out would be my Series 1, 1 of 1,000, Chris Jericho, just because of it was the first chase that AEW did. They are hard to get. They're worth good money, and it's sentimental, It was one of the very first ones that came out. So that would probably be the go-to for me.
Yeah. So obviously I would make sure my dog's out of the house first, but then I would go and grab my.
Well, I'd make sure my kids are out of the house first, mate.
I would then rush back into the house and make sure I grab my unreleased Jeff Hardy Elite Series 1 figure, and at the same time I would just go on that entire shelf and run out.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'd just try and drag a glass case out.
No, yeah, totally. Series 1 Jeff Hardy. I'd already thought about this, and I'd put it in a spot where I can grab it if needed.
Yeah, that's early stuff. So
Trent says I'd have to save that custom Hulk Hogan of mine. No way I spent that long to not save it. Fair enough too.
Fair cool.
Okay. Did you have a question, or have you forgotten all the questions?
The only other one I could remember was, I think it might have been David.
It's a good chance
David. What he asked a lot of questions. What's the most expensive?
I found it. I can read it for you. What is the most expensive collectible in your collection to date, and was there any regrets after the purchase? Asks David. Again, if you were watching, answer the questions in the comments below. And even if you answer a question from earlier later, we'll still show it on the screen.
That one I do actually have handy on me. I prepared earlier. That would have to be my Derby signed figure, 1 of 500. So I got that one from Ringside. No, not Ringside, Shop AEW, sorry. Yeah, and it was $750 US plus shipping, so it worked out to just about $1,200 NZ. So currently, that's my dearest one. If I ever get Cody, well, that'll be the dearer one. But for now, that's the one I've spent the most on. Do I regret buying it? I hummed and hawed for quite a while whether to pull the trigger or not, and in the end, I just thought to hell with it. How many opportunities am I going to have to not only get the figure because it was 1 in 500, but to get it signed as well? I mean, being in New Zealand, we can't just go to a show or a meet and greet to get things signed. It's got to be sent away. You've got to risk damage, things getting lost, and it's a big gamble. So no, I didn't regret it at all. I just thought, no, good score. Money's money, whatever. So no regrets with it. Happy I got
my
it.
most expensive purchase would have to be my prototype T-shot, whatever you call it. Brett will blast me. John Moxley Series 2 Chase. The reason it costs so much, funny enough, is because it has the prototype T-shirt as well. So, yeah, very cool.
That's very cool.
I know you know how much it costs me, but we're not going to disclose that live on air.
Oh, you're not that brave.
Alex says, graded red card, Undertaker Hasbro. Good to see you watching, Alex, and hope things are good. Victor says, I got to be honest, my card collection. Which card? I could just say my wrestling figure collection. What card? Brett asks, what was the first figure that started your collection, and do you still have it? So I'll go first this time. I'll let you have a little think about it. So
I know what I got, but you go.
I've got two answers to this because, So my first figure I ever owned, which has been disclosed multiple times, was Ravishing Rick Rude from the Jakks Classic Superstars line. And I do still have that original figure that I had as a kid in my collection on the top shelf in front of a Minto card one that I recently brought. The figure that got me back into collecting when I decided I was going to buy figures again, which was maybe, I want to say, whenever the group started, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, something like that, was, you're going to laugh at this, I went on to ringside. It was the cheapest figure on there that I wanted, and it was the first one I added to my cart because I brought a few on that day. Do you want to take a random guess?
Oh. Was it an AEW fig or was it a WWE fig?
It was the WWE. AEW wasn't around at that point.
Oh, of course, 3 years. Of course. Well,
wow.
They've actually just hit 3 years on Dynamite, like literally this week.
Yeah.
So,
4 years ago, then, Jesus.
could be. Oh, it must be a Hardy because you're such a much for the Hardy.
Nope.
Oh.
So I added 3 figures to my first ever purchase, but the first one that I added to my cart, which is what I'm counting as my first purchase, was James Ellsworth.
I don't even know who that is. James Ellsworth.
Anyone who knows why I'm pissing myself laughing. In that card also was a John Cena and a Chris Jericho defining moments. They were all elites. So,
okay.
But the first one that was added to my card was the James Ellsworth. So that was my first figure. And no, I do not have it anymore.
Okay. Is he just like a bit of a jobber or someone like, say, the coach or someone like that?
We'll give you the really long story short rundown of him. He got brought in for a squash match against Braun Strowman. The crowd loved him, so Vince McMahon signed him. He nearly won the WWE Championship. Was in a program with AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, all those guys, and then he was with Carmella before he got fired for allegations.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the career of my first figure that got me back into collecting.
Okay. There you have it. Impressive. All right, so All right, so we're going right back to very, very first, like when we're kids,
Well,
sort
I
of thing.
decided to. You don't have to,
Okay.
but I
No,
decided
I
to.
can do both. I can do both. So when I was a kid, LJNs were the thing. Those were the only options. So the retro boys will know about that. So Hulk Hogan with the red trunks and the white singlet and the belt had Hulkamania across
Yeah, I know the one.
top. He was my very first LJN figure, and I must have collected maybe a dozen LJNs and got the ring and the cage sent over from the States and all of that. And then I don't even remember what happened to them. Maybe they got given away or lost or whatever, and then back out of it. And then basically it wasn't until AEW started back up that I even thought about collecting anything again. And then I got roped into the world of the AEW figs, and basically I got the entire set of Series 2 Unrivaled was my first fig. So the 6 figures from that. And then from there, then went backwards to Series 1, and then the rest is history. So
And now you're the
that's all she wrote.
king. Okay, we're gonna shrink this question, but the original question was: name 5 collectibles you wish would be made that are not made already. Well, let's shrink it down to 2 so it doesn't take as long.
And it's getting hard because for me in particular with AEW, they're actually starting to bring everyone out. So it's like it's getting hard to think of people. I can think of 2.
Okay.
So I think, and they go together. Ethan Page.
Yep.
And Dan Lambert.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's already Scorpio Sky figs out there.
Yeah.
And Ethan Page, I mean, I've been following his vlogs, or vlog as he likes to call them. Been watching him for some time, and yeah, it would be cool to see an Ethan Page figure, and I think just to have a Dan there as well would be quite cool.
Yeah.
Now they're bringing out Danhausen, and Malachi Black, etc. They're bringing everyone out, so it's kind of getting hard to think of people now. So
sure.
And
so
Hook, that was another one I wanted. So.
Yeah, for me, it's for pure selfish reasons to go with my Hardy collection. The one figure we never got, which I think is insane, was a United States Matt Hardy. So like a United States champion Matt Hardy. Like to me, that's just. You could also say a cruiserweight champion Matt Hardy. We never got that. And then just because you need the managers, right? Mark Sterling.
Yeah.
Give us a Mark Sterling.
Yes. He would be another good one.
Do you have any other questions from this humongous thread of questions that you can remember?
Oh, I can't really remember much else. I sort of glimpsed a couple. There was one other one. I remember. What would you collect? Sorry, I don't remember who asked it, but what would you collect if you weren't collecting figures?
Let's see if I can find it quickly. Do you collect anything else besides wrestling?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I think that's it. From David.
No. No, I simply can't afford to collect anything else. I dumped so much money into just the AEW figures that there's no time for anything else. If I did or didn't spend as much money on the figures, maybe it'd be games for the PS5 or something along those lines. That's probably about it. But no, too much money gets dumped into the figures, so I can't really collect anything else.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same thing.
Bank account says no.
That'll do. All right, so I also collect, unfortunately, a lot of the time I like to say, is Marvel Legends. Do you know who that is?
I know the face. Is he like Doctor Strange or something like that?
Yeah, good job.
Hey, there we go.
Star Wars.
Sorry, I have to look close up because I'm on my phone. Looks like Anakin Skywalker,
That's
is it?
the one. Bingo. Hang on, man. We're
Here
almost
we
done.
go.
And the last thing I could find near me, UFC.
Oh,
Masvidal.
you posted that the other day. I can't think of his name.
Masvidal. All right.
I'll let you have that one.
Okay. And the final question, because it's quite timely, we're getting very near the time of it. And I would love to see everyone in the comments talk about this one too. Quickly, Trent says we need a ultimate Scott Hall Razor Ramon. That'd be very cool. Cool. The final question comes from Trent. Boom. Mattel gives you the chance to pick superstars for Elite 100. Who do you pick and who is the chase? So yours is going to be very different from mine because you're an old school guy and I'm a new school guy.
I was going to say,
why don't we work together on this one so we're here all night? You pick 3, I pick 3. I was going to be here all night.
All right.
And I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to surprise you with one of them. We're going to chuck in Giant Gonzalez as one of the number 100. Just because I reckon that is so toyetic, man. That would look amazing as a figure.
Yeah. All right. Real simple. I was a big Demolition fan. So X, Smash, Crush. There you go. There's your 3.
Jesus, that was easy. Okay. Well, now it's down to me. Okay. Okay. give us a Vince, but like I mean old man Vince. Not I wrestle Vince. I'll give us old man suited elite Vince. Just because, why not? And then for the last one, we need a chase too, damn it. The last one, the chase. Feel free to argue with me here, but every year it comes around to reveals. Everyone always says we need the gobbledygooker. Gooper.
I do remember him from Survivor
Series. Give everyone that as the chase for Series 100.
I remember Mean Gene dancing with the gobbledygooker. Yeah. Oh, why not?
Alone, dog, or I will sell you if you destroy that.
Just because you can.
I wouldn't sell her, guys. Don't worry. And then the last one, I'm trying to think. Give us. No, actually, no. You could go anyone, realistically. Who's the top seller? Give us a Roman Reigns. There has to be a Roman Reigns in Elite 100. You can't not have Roman Reigns in one of the most iconic sets, right? I mean, Roman Reigns, Gobbledygooker, Giant Gonzalez, they all go hand in hand.
But perhaps then I could change mine to the Mega Powers and Elizabeth if you're gonna go iconic.
Yeah, do it. Let's go. And then Trent says to answer his own question. That's why he asked the question, because he wanted to answer it. Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Vince McMahon as the chase. So, on that note, Dion, it has been a pleasure not battling with you, I guess. And
we can't get on when we want to.
About AEW for an hour and 18 minutes. This has been Figure Frenzy, episode 21. You got the questions, we got the answers. Hopefully we had the answers for you guys anyway. And that's the show. And guess what? We don't have an intro, an outro. See you later, guys.